And now, our feature presentation.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Stop cursing at our listeners when we open the show.
I don't think so, but it's up to you, man. It is your life.
I mean, but it's
also, now or never.
It's our show, though.
Shaggy's gonna live forever.
Unfortunately, I can't get away with that fucking meme. So, it's.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
I am on the internet, regardless. If I die,
I'm using that meme against you. You know who's on Team Kong? The black GameStop employee. Do you want to be associated with such garbage? No. Come to death row.
That shit's not even out yet. Fuck you, man. Anyway, welcome back, good people. As you know, I am your hostess with the mostest, Shaggy Black. Alongside me, Mr. Jose Nada. Jose, how are you?
I am here to chew bubblegum and to chew ass.
Wait, what?
Preferably.
Wait, what?
I just have to make sure you're paying attention, bro.
I'm sitting here trying not to fucking die, and you fucking I got a fucking hair caught in my throat during the fucking intro there, and Jose's looking at me like, "Are you okay?" And then he fucking says that, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Anyway,
just to make sure you know
some inside baseball shit.
Inside baseball.
Hey guys, how are y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cinema Villains.
Cinema Villains, we are here and we're going to review a movie tonight.
What he said. Actually, we're going to review a movie and a villain.
Okay,
that's kind of big questionable right now. But we actually chose a movie. Actually, probably, I say this probably every other fucking episode. Seriously, this is also one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
Period, absolutely, hands down. Yeah. If this is also probably one of the movies that I would love to fucking remake. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see it remade. I would remake it myself if I had the income or the know-how or whatever. I would really do it, even if I'm doing it as a short.
Yeah,
I would fucking redo it. I would change some parts, but not all of it. I would have. The fight scene wouldn't be 15 minutes. It'd be 35.
God. That would be the whole movie. It'd be in a flashback. Yep. That's how the movie starts. You're fighting, and then you're probably wondering how I got here.
Yep. Well, record scratch. Record scratch. But, guys, what I'm talking about is the movie They Live, directed by John Carpenter.
The GOAT?
The GOAT. A cinema villain staple.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be covering this movie, and the villain in this movie is
Shaggy's favorite villain of all time.
Capitalism.
Kind of.
Not necessarily, but it's what they've been called the Blue Aliens. They don't really have a name for one I've saw. Dude, half of these fucking cast members don't even have a fucking name. Now I think about it.
That's a trivia. No one has a last name except for Holly.
Yeah, that's it.
She's it.
Everyone else is first names, and that's it. It's something that it really it never fucking until we started doing the show. That never fucking bothered me until now. But then again, I'm most 2/3 of the cast are hobos, so they wouldn't have a last name. They're not, and then they're not asking questions.
Right? Yeah, they're literally just called Blue Aliens.
Yeah, they're Blue Aliens.
They don't have a name. Yeah,
dude, I literally looked it up.
Did you look? Okay, cool.
I had to. You're not the only facts and info guy here. But no, I had to do like seriously. I looked that up. I was like, oh shit, okay. Because literally, I did for years. I never knew what the fuck they were. I just like, oh, there's the fucking people, the bad guys from They Live.
Ghouls. No.
Ghouls.
But
Ghouls.
they're just weird looking aliens.
Yeah, they're just okay. So this movie, if 9 times 10, if you're listening to us, you probably have seen these movies that we've watched. If not, this may be your first time watching these movies. As always, we do a spoiler review. Exactly. We go over the movie. We talk about the movie. This is your spoiler warning. If you need a minute, put us on pause. Go watch the movie. You can come back. It's actually streaming on Peacock. Now.
That's the newest streaming service.
Yeah, that is NBC streaming service, which they offer a free version, and then you can, if you're a Comcast subscriber, you actually get it for free. Like the middle tier version for free, but you still it's all commercials and shit.
I'm a Peacock. You just gotta let me fly.
You couldn't help yourself, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Of course not.
Anywho.
But this movie, it's one of my favorites. I have a soft spot in my heart for this movie. Some of you may know. Roddy, like I am a huge wrestling fan.
Yep.
Roddy Piper is either my 1A or 1B favorite fucking wrestler of all time. I have dressed as this man for Halloween and drunkenly on occasions.
There you go.
I still have my kilt. I should have wore my kilt tonight.
Oh, you should have.
I definitely fucking forgot. But then again, he didn't wear a fucking kilt in this movie. I should have just wore a plaid shirt, and it would have worked out. But fun fact. So this movie was getting a screening at my beloved Sunray Cinema. Shout out to Sunray back in Jacksonville, Florida. Duval, baby.
You can help yourself. I
will. I'm not going to yell it. I'm not going to yell it in our people's ear here. That's just rude. I'll do it in their faces.
There you go. Even better.
But like Sunray Cinema actually was going to hold a screening of this movie again. But they were going to have Roddy Piper there for a Q&A. Yeah. This was going to be on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
That was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
That was the same year he passed away.
Yep.
I remember hearing the news. I was at work. No bullshit. Fucking cried.
Yeah.
Like, bawling. Like I lost a fucking family member. It was bad. Yeah. I look at it now and probably,
Yeah.
But I was, emotional at that time and everything. Just started going to therapy and everything, kind of getting in tune with that.
Yeah.
And that fucked me up because I was going to meet. What better way to spend my birthday than meeting my favorite fucking wrestler?
That would have been amazing. Yeah.
And seeing one of the movies I really like fucking seeing.
Yeah.
I, unfortunately, fate is what it is. Mm-hmm. So they didn't cancel the screening. Mm-hmm. What they did, however, was invite my third favorite wrestler of all time to do the Q&A section. That was CM Punk.
Yeah.
Again, fangirled when I found out about it. My friends, shouts out to Carl, Frank, and Legio, they pitched in and they bought me a VIP ticket to the show, and we went there, and Punk greeted us. He said, just giving his hellos and everything, and this was also the first time the Cubs were back in the playoffs and actually good. Yeah. So like he was like, look, man, I'm not, and he was real honest. He was like, look, I'm here to watch the movie, and I hate when people are on the phones, but I am also a Cubs fan, and I will probably be checking my phone occasionally to check the sure.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance. Thank you if y'all forgive me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we fucking laughed and we kind of didn't give him shit, but we were laughing and we were like, okay, we understand. We watched the movie. I'll never forget that night either. We watched the movie. He did a little Q&A afterwards. The mic made its way to me, and I Uh, I told him, hey man, it's my birthday. I'm asking. He got the entire fucking theater audience to sing me happy birthday.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, and he led the sing along and everything else, and that was pretty. I was 28. He really made me feel great that whole evening. He kept cutting on. And funny fucking story. Do you remember the fucking Bailey shirt that says I'm a hugger?
Yes. Okay.
So there was a guy in the crowd with that shirt on. Mm-hmm. Punk never fucking seen that shirt. And he thought that shirt said something else.
Oh, wow.
He's like, excuse me, sir, what does your shirt say?
Yeah.
You're a what? He's like, yo, Ash, you see this? What is it? And we were just fucking laughing. And the dude was fucking super embarrassed. I kind of was embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
But I think what happened, he was asking a question about, like, what do you feel like about the Keith David shirt? And it was just, he never fucking seen that shirt. And the way that shirt looked, it just said, GG, and he was like, what does your fucking shirt say? And he looked and he kind of stretched it out. I was like, dog, you see this?
Yeah.
Yo, and it was fucking great, man. And afterwards, I took a picture with him.
Yeah.
I told him I was a Flyers fan. He's like, yeah, sorry about 2010. and he says, oof, sorry about that. And we took a picture, and I may post it.
Yeah.
When we do our
because I remember you sent it to me on your phone. Like on the phone.
I still have it.
Yeah.
I still have it.
He sent me the text. I was like, hey, look at this guy. He met CM Punk. That's dope.
And I had the fucking stupidest goddamn grin on my face.
Right.
I wasn't trying to smile.
Yeah.
I was like, my homie caught the fucking camera, like caught me doing that shit. And it was fucked. So it is what it is. But that is this movie still. And I have and another thing. The movie also the VIP thing came with a poster. Yeah. That was limited printing. Mm-hmm. I don't know where my 3D glasses are, but everything says it's all in red. Mm-hmm. It's like Piper in the front. Yeah. And it says like rest in peace Roddy Piper. It says they live and everything in red. If you put the 3D glasses on, it fucking has like the obey words and everything behind it.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was dope. I was gonna get them. They were saying it was like limited print. You can get that and then sign it. So that was a dope October night.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is something that I will carry with me, a part of me, and to this day you can never say anything bad about CM Punk in front of me. Right. I swear to God, he didn't have to do any of that shit. Yeah. And he did it.
Yeah, because you think about it, he has nothing to do with this movie.
No, nothing at all. Yeah. He has nothing to do with this movie other than the fact that he just liked it. Yeah. And that's it. He did take the occasional wrestling question. Mm-hmm. He did take a little bit of the he did do a little bit of like we asked some comic book questions, but he also asked like who would he get to be in this movie to play Keith David? That's the question. Someone asked him who would he get to play in this movie as Keith David. He said it'd be Kofi. It'd be Kofi. Yeah. He says, I don't know if he's gonna let me hit him in the nuts like 30 times, but like it'd be Kofi. Yeah. Kofi Kingston, for those who don't know. Right. Former WWE champion. Yeah. Yes, sir. Kofi Mania. I was there. But anyway, enough of that.
Were you there?
I was in New York.
You lucky bastard. You were. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh, that was great.
You gotta start taking me to WrestleMania now, man.
Dude,
we have no excuses.
It's in fucking Dallas.
Yeah, man, I already know.
Bitch, we going.
Yes.
You gonna give me all the fucking you're gonna give me all the fucking the stimmies and the vackies? I'm taking all that shit.
There you go.
We're getting there, bro. Hell or high water.
Right, ain't no 3-week delay. Nope. Just both shots of each cheek right now.
Right there, dude. Let's go. Well, this isn't a wrestling show. This is a movie review podcast. So, Jose, I've given you everything just how it felt about me. I love the movie. Should you go see it? Yes, you should see it. Like I said, it's on Peacock. You can stream it for free. You could probably get it on sale for like $5.
Yeah, and if you're a physical media guy, you love stuff. It was recently released on 4K.
Yeah, and a collector set. That's what we watched on it tonight.
Well, no, the set I got. This is like some Australian set.
It looks like it's UK.
Yeah, it's from the UK because 4K is region free.
Yeah,
You ain't gotta worry about none of that region lock shit. But the reason I bought that is because the new 4K that came out to this week actually from Shout Factory / Scream Factory, they're just using those 4K transfers.
Okay.
So
this did look really good in 4K.
Right.
Like, man, this is chef's kiss. Mwah. Really good on 4K. This is really good.
4K,
this is really good. Like no bullshit. Like I've seen a lot of 4K movies, but I've seen a lot. And if it's older, I typically try to watch it more. This is a really good transfer.
Yeah. Like older movies translate better into 4K because they can get it straight from the film.
Yeah. So it's really good. So we both here at Cinema Villains recommend that you watch this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a staple of the 80s.
Yes. 80s just fucking drips in 80s fucking cinema. But like I said, this is a movie show. Like we review the movies and we review the villains in this movie, so we're going to get right to it. But obviously you got your spoiler warning out of the way. Before we get started, I got to hit you with the tale of the tape. Now, the tale of the tape, like I said before, like we kind of alluded to, this movie's villain is... we can't say objective. Yeah. Subjective, sorry, excuse me. Because it's really based on what they call the blue aliens.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger thing going on than what's actually going on. They're fucking bureaucrats.
Yeah. If you want to pull the curtain.
Yeah.
And everything, and then basically, if you want John Carpenter to spell it out for you, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, it's literally Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
It's the rich and Ronald Reagan. That's exactly what it is. Sans crack epidemic.
Yeah.
In this, it's still like that.
And AIDS.
Yeah, and AIDS. None of the stuff that Reagan's known for.
Yeah.
Which they are coming out with a Reagan movie, and I am saying that is not the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember, he was your boss in the new Call of Duty. I'm like, haha, press X to spread crack to the black community. Yep. No, thank you.
No, thank you, man. I'm good. I'm good, brother. I'm good. But yeah, the blue aliens, and it's funny. I always thought you see these faces. If you've literally seen any type of propaganda posters, you have seen these.
Yes.
You have seen these monsters or these aliens.
Yeah.
You've literally seen them. Like there's no hiding them.
Yeah, they're iconic as shit.
Yes.
Like visually wise.
The Obey.
The Obey, yeah. Some dude made a brand out of that shit.
Yep. The Obey brand, the fucking marry and reproduce, all the shit that you see like propaganda wise of like lifestyle shit. Literally, these are where they come from.
Yep.
They have like fucked up faces. Like think Freddy Krueger if his face was like blue, his eyes were bug-eyed.
Yeah.
And his teeth or like he had like a overbite from hell.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, they're weird. I mean,
go to Instagram. We're gonna show you.
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it ready for you. Like, of course you'll see it. But like those, this is one of those villains that is super iconic to me. But almost on a way of like Pinhead, Michael Myers in a sense, but not as effective.
Right.
Which I'm not gonna allude to. But I'll go down. Let's get into Tale of the Tape. Brought to you, obviously brought to you by Villains Wiki. We cover Tale of the Tape every time. But obviously, the full names of Blue Aliens. The aliases are aliens, formaldehyde faces, and free enterprisers. Obviously, they're from the movie They Live. The homeworld is unknown, but the abilities, sophisticated means of media communication to manipulate and brainwash humans, possessions of wealth, power, and influence in human society. If you haven't seen or heard any of this before, and this shit's, I'm going to let you know now, this episode's going to probably be conspiracy theory heavy.
Right.
Super that. Because, this movie was made in 1988.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this shit still going.
Oh, yeah. This movie like became relevant all over again.
Yes.
Like there was a time, of course, in the 80s during the Reagan era. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big. This is one of those big anti-Reagan movies that the 80s were known for. Mm-hmm. And, throughout the aughts, I guess it kind of died down. You know, everyone would be like, that's an 80s the fuck movie. Now you watch it again, you're like, oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
We haven't fucking experienced a movie like this since Demolition Man.
Yeah.
So, oof. And this is also one of the first times that we kind of cut out the tail of not cut out, but interrupted Tale of the Tape to even stop to tell you that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll continue around their abilities. Teleportation via wrist devices. They are human collaborators. Portals to travel through space. Mastery of disguise. small flying saucers for surveillance and tracking, subliminal signal broadcast into human brains. They have members, banker, blue aliens, law enforcement. They have members spread out. They have banker, blue aliens, law enforcement, blue aliens, drinker, blue aliens, which is weird, newscaster, blue aliens, bar. See, the word says saloon. I'm gonna just say bar. You have market and store, blue aliens. The drifter, which is one of the characters, and Holly Thompson, which is on. These are both human collaborators. Yeah. Their goals are to control humanity through highly sophisticated propaganda mechanisms, exploit Earth's natural resources until they're exhausted before moving on to other planets, repeat the two aforementioned patterns onto every planet as they move on to. Their crimes...
Here we go.
Enslavement, brainwashing, genocide, theft, infiltration, exploitation. And the type of hostile species, they are alien brainwashers.
Right.
Mr. Jose?
Oh, yeah.
It is time to hit the people with the synopsis.
Synopsis. For They Live, 1988, directed by the GOAT. Once again, John Carpenter. Shout out to this, because I get my synopsis from IMDb. Shout out to this one. Shout out to this one. They influence our decisions without us knowing it. They numb our senses without us feeling it. They control our lives without us realizing it. They live.
Ooh, that was like, sexy
I know,
right there.
I'm like, ooh, I was like, look at this synopsis. It wasn't a fucking WWF superstar.
You ready? Are you ready?
Right.
Oh man.
I need Roddy Piper music to hit when he walked through the bank. Just little drums.
Yeah, that would have just bagpipes would have been fucking playing. Like as soon as that shit happened, that would have been fucking weird. Then again, I would have been fucking hyped. Not even gonna lie. This is John Carpenter's They Live. Also made. It's a sci-fi horror movie made in 1988, November 4th. Of 1988, to be precise. It had a budget of $3 million.
Oof.
With a box office of only $13 million.
Which wasn't. It's okay.
That's not. It wasn't like
technically
a hit.
What?
It's a cult. This movie's a cult classic.
It became
now.
a cult classic. This movie opened at #1 in the box office.
Yeah, I mean,
surprising John Carpenter himself. He was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So the crazy thing about that is when I looked at it, I was like, "Man, that's kind of shitty." But then again, it was 1988. This is a movie that he didn't even expect to do well.
Yeah.
It did better than he thought, but it never warranted a sequel. I mean,
What could you do with the sequel? Yeah, it'd be weird.
It'd be kind of like an uprising.
Would it?
You would think.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think it could be an uprising, but like it wouldn't be that way considering all what kind of movies. Like I can understand. This is one of those things. He's like, dude, I'm not gonna do another one, and he's like, okay. But excuse me. But yeah, that movie is the fact that it made that much. It's not bad, and even in like 13 million by today's standards would probably be a hell of a lot. So
like maybe close to 50 million.
Yeah, so it made its money.
3 million, but
I mean, you came in the black. You made money, and you didn't expect to make money.
Right.
Case in point, the cast. Of course, stars my beloved Roddy Piper as George Nada.
Well, they never say his name.
So it's funny. They say the cast here is based off of fucking IMDb as well, but at the same time, like IMDb based on Google. Yeah. But they never specify his first name. But in the movie, he's just called Nada. Yeah. And even then, they don't even say his name.
Yeah, because much like The Thing, this was an interpretation from a book, a short story, a novella, or whatever. And in the short story, the dude's name is George Nada. So that's what I guess they just, fuck it, they just got it from that.
Yep. You got Meg Foster as Miss Holly Thompson. Mm-hmm. Keith David as Frank Armitage.
He had a last name?
He did.
Oh, wow.
There are some last names on this casting list. You had Peter Jason as Gilbert, George Buck Flower as the Drifter, Raymond St. Jacques Wow, it's not Jacques, it's French.
Yeah.
Jacques, for as a street preacher, and then I'm looking to see if there's anybody else that's important here, and no.
Also, remember earlier you looked at Peter Jason? You're like, I've seen this guy. Mm-hmm. Well, we have seen this guy. Mm-hmm. He's a cinema villain alum, I guess we could say. Not saying he was a bad guy, but
he was in Mortal Kombat.
He was in Mortal Kombat.
I fucking knew it.
He was Johnny Cage's director. He did the walk. He turned into Shang Tsung.
I fucking knew. I was like, that motherfucker's familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at him. I was like, yo, he's fucking familiar as shit.
Yeah, because you said it too, and I was like, yeah, he is, and it's bugging me. And I looked it up. Yeah.
And not only that, because I did say he had a mustache. He had a fucking. I was like,
yeah,
this is like he had a mustache and something. I just can't remember what it was, but he was in something.
Yeah, he was Johnny Cage's master. He's like, go to this boat.
Yeah, and this
Johnny Cage's master.
Yeah, master. Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's dead. I mean, he was murked. Anywho, honestly, this movie's probably going to be one of the easier movies we can get to cover here on Cinema Villains because there's not really too much to kind of go off of.
Yeah.
You get, the movie opens with fucking Nada, or I'm just going to fucking call him Piper.
Call it Roddy Piper,
I'm going to say, you get the movie, it's like Nada's going to be renamed Roddy Piper because that's exactly what you're going to fucking think of it as. Because he doesn't have a name. I'm going to give him a name. It's going to be the name that the Lord and Savior gave him, which is Hot Roddy
there
Piper.
There you go, exactly.
But anyway, no, but you get the scene. The movie opens up with Roddy Piper legitimately just walking down the street. This is you get your title card, but you see him just walking past the street station, knowing that he's pretty much a homeless person, just a guy looking just down on his luck, kind of looking for things. He makes his way into it's California.
Yeah,
it's
Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's Los Angeles. He makes his way over to I believe he's just looking for work. He's literally looking for work.
Yeah.
He happens to just I don't even know if this can be done in real life now, but he just happens to walk on a construction site and he asks, "Hey man, is there any work here?" They're like, "Yeah, it's a fucking union."
Yeah.
And just they kind of look. You kind of get that Puffy and that one guy stare down, and magically he just starts working.
Well, because he looks at all the Mexicans, and he's like, "Wait, bruh,
like, come on, son.
dog."
Like, hey, it's a union. It's like, yeah, right.
Let me talk to your steward.
Let me talk to your steward. He's like, fuck. All right.
And next thing you see him working shirtless, and this is what I was going to tell you. Mm-hmm. Good shape. Good shape. Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper was not in shape before this movie. He was wrestling shape, but he wasn't amazing. He was just a little flabby, like that. So he's like, no, I'm about to be in the movie, and let me work out. So he got in good shape.
Uh-huh.
A lot of his colleagues in the wrestling business were like, that's not fucking Roddy Piper. John Carpenter photoshopped this man's face onto someone else's body just for this scene. Like, he is not in that shape. We literally know this man. He's not that.
Yo, you fucking lying.
No, that was like a little thing. And Roddy Piper was like, you fucking assholes, I worked out. You son of a, how dare you?
Yo, you know what? Now I fucking remember this, dude.
Yeah.
I think I did remember someone saying that, or I remember reading about it. I think it actually might be in Search of Darkness. Now I think about it.
Okay, yeah.
It might be. Right. I'm not 100%. But I do remember hearing that motherfuckers found out. I was like, that wasn't him. Like they said he worked out for this. That wasn't him.
Yeah.
Like that was somebody else.
Like, man, y'all 1980s deep fake this dude's face.
Yeah, it's like just like like how?
Yeah.
That was again 4K. That was shot really fucking well.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I definitely couldn't tell.
That was Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper's like, oh man, like it's a thing. Like colleagues were like, man, that ain't Roddy Piper.
Mad as shit.
He ain't in that good shape.
So you get Roddy Piper just obviously ditch digging. At a construction, literally just bullshit. Probably working the one time in this entire movie. Whatever. We get introduced to Keith David's character Frank, and Piper is asking when he's going to get paid. They say Thursday. We do not know what day it is, but obviously it's not Thursday because he hadn't gotten paid. Keith David's character Frank walks up to him and he says, "Hey man, if you need a place to stay, I know a spot that you can go to." And he takes him to what I can only assume is a shanty town.
Pretty much. It's just like a little homeless community.
Yeah, homeless community, like just in a park,
in a vacant
soon to be
parking lot, maybe. Yeah,
something. They were just. It's like a homeless community. Like they're just people are cooking outside. They got tents and stuff up. It's kind of like it felt like a swanky fucking homeless community. And I've been in Austin long enough. I've seen homeless.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah.
Nothing like that though.
Oh no, Roddy Piper would have fought multiple people already if that was the case, man. Because in Austin, it's like that Simpsons episode. They gotta specify, like, don't worry, I'm a singing hobo, not the stabbing.
Not the stabbing hobo.
When you go downtown, you gotta watch out for that.
Oh man.
Make sure they tell you beforehand. Oh, I'm a singing hobo, not a stabbing
hobo.
Like, ooh, thank you.
Hey man, I appreciate you. Here's $1.
Yeah, no, leave me alone.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they so you kind of get the atmosphere from that, and that's also when we get introduced to the Drifter. We also see something we also get something on the TV. They have a working television out here, which I can only really think that they just they got an antenna, probably got like a generator, and just like
it's like the community TV.
Yeah, the community TV is just up to a generator, and it's getting like whatever cable channels. They're getting an interruption in their signal where there's a random person sitting there telling them just weird just weird like warning signs of certain things.
Exactly.
Also, which kind of alludes to one thing I forgot to mention, there was the preacher, a blind preacher at the beginning of the movie where Piper's character fucking looked at him, and dude was talking about like not the end. He wasn't the end is near preacher, or he wasn't trying to tell you to find the Lord. He was really kind of saying, hey,
you need to wake up.
Y'all need to wake up. Mm-hmm. There's some other stuff going on here, and it's not holy. It's something else entirely. And it sounds like a ramblings of a madman, but it's literally foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so they're getting a signal from the television. Piper happens to look at the screen, but then also look across the street and start seeing that there are some people gathering in a church.
Yeah.
Kind of suspicious. He's just walking up and just trying to ask some questions. Questions aren't being answered. So they kind of leave him away. He walks away, but then he kind of looks at it and he's like, he comes up to the church, I guess the next day, and he's asking and says, hey, so how was everything? And he's asking a guy who obviously looks like he works at the church. He says, yeah, man, it's just a choir. I was like, I didn't know they had choir practice at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And he's like, and the dude says, ha 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 ha. Or actually, he pretty much gave him the verbal, ha ha, and just told him, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But Piper was suspicious.
Right.
So later on that night, during the day, I'm sorry, he walks over, he sneaks into the church, sees that it's a tape playing, and then he happens to be spying on what's going on. They're moving boxes. Mm-hmm. So to the mind's eye, you think they're pushing drugs.
Yeah. It
is not drugs. It is
well, he doesn't know at first. He does what every normal person should do. He's like, you know what? I've seen enough. I'm just put this shit back and I am leaving.
Yeah, he just kind of backs out.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets it's funny, you get some jump scares in this movie.
Yeah.
Like not huge jump scares, but they just like you wouldn't be expecting it. He comes up and the blind preacher happens to run into him.
Yeah.
Fucking shoving his hands in his face.
Yeah.
Obviously, vigorously feeling his face.
Which you come to figure out, okay, that makes sense.
There's a reason why he's figuring his face. So he's touching his face and everything else, and Piper's like, hey, man, I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble. The blind preacher's like, hey, man, it's like, hey, let me touch your face. Let me touch your face. Piper kind of lets him touch his face, and he said, now let me touch your hands. And he touches his hands. He's like, okay, you're a working man. I appreciate that. Piper's like, yeah, I don't want no trouble. He's literally trying to leave. Yeah. And he's like, hey, man, I got something I want to give you. I want to show you something. And Piper's freaked out, but he's like, hey, I'm good, and he runs out of the building. The preacher is sitting there saying, hey, you'll be back. I know you'll be back.
Yeah.
The preacher ain't told not one lie in this whole movie.
Right.
So Piper walks out of the home, but he notices that there's walks out of the church. He notices there's a helicopter hovering around the area. It's weird. It's like, why is this helicopter around here? Now, my drunk ass thought it was a helicopter that had like a goddamn minigun on it. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn. But no, that was just literally a chopper with a light on it. So Piper kind of like looks at it, kind of notices everything, but kind of stays hidden a little bit, so he's not trying to get noticed by it. But he kind of like just notices them. We get another scene to where they're they're getting the TV. They're still getting the weird signal.
Yeah.
With somebody telling them, "Hey, this stuff can't be trusted. Don't trust them. Your way of living has been a lie. Blah blah blah. Yak yak yak." And Piper is off to himself, and Frank shows up. Keith David. He shows up, and he legitimately he's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And Piper, who happened to borrow some binoculars from one of his fellow homeless, was looking at the church to see what he sees. Piper sees that people are moving stuff from the church into the cars and everything, knowing that they're being watched by the helicopter. Yeah. Piper's telling Keith David, saying, "Hey man, you need to check this out."
Yeah, man, they're doing stuff in there, man.
They're doing some weird stuff in there, man. You need to check this out.
Ain't no choir, ain't nothing.
Ain't no choir. It's like, ain't no choir in there.
It's like a lab.
It's a lab or something. And Keith David reminding you that he is blackety black in every sense of the word. Literally looks at Piper, looks at the church, looks at Piper again and says, "Ain't none of my business.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work. I am good. Not my problem."
Right.
And Piper's like, "Come on, man, we should do something." He's like, No. I don't want no parts in that shit. Already establishing that he does not want parts of that man's bullshit. Because he knows, nah, whoops, and there goes my AirPods. But they will be fine. He's literally telling him that. He's like, "Nah, I'm good." And Frank's like, "Yeah, that motherfucker crazy, so I'm going to walk away." And I believe shortly thereafter, the helicopter lights turn on, and people are leaving in cars out of the church. They are like hauling ass out of there, right? And when I'm saying the police showed up, I'm talking about these motherfuckers acting like there's the Black Lives Matter in the streets.
Yeah.
Literally destroying everything.
They're just like, everybody got to go now.
And I'm talking about the cops are showing up, and they're fucking like...
bulldozing.
They are bulldozing everything. Like, fuck it.
Town.
They're fucking destroyed. They are pushing people down. Like, people are trying to get away. They are, like, literally forcing them to the ground, like, with their riot shields and, like, hitting people with batons, throwing, like, tear gas. Piper is, like, literally trying to find a way out or trying to make his way back to the church. But he sees Frank, and he's like, "Yo, Frank! And Frank looks at him and is like, "I don't want nothing to do with you." Exactly, Jose. He's like, "Shit." You can see it in his face. He literally doesn't want anything to do with him. And it's the funniest fucking thing, because we've all been like, "Nah, I'm good." We've all made that face.
Yeah.
We've literally made that face. So everything gets dispersed. You see more police, and Piper's just trying to find a way out. He finds a way out. Making down the hallway, because he sees everybody that he was noticing earlier that was in the church either getting confronted or like getting taken care of.
Yeah.
One of those dudes happens to be, surprisingly, the man that was giving the signals on the television, and also the preacher, the blind preacher, they were surrounded by police officers, and the blind preacher is waving his cane. Kind of saying a prayer a little bit. Was it a prayer? He was like, "Jesus, help me in Jesus' name." Just anything else.
Started rapping Gangster's Paradise, because he's like, "As I walk through the valley."
Yeah, he did.
The shadow.
Shut up.
That's a prayer, I know.
Boy, we are some fucking heathens. I know that for real. Like, dude, we are not gonna see heaven. Like, I would be fucking shocked if I'm at the gates. Are you sure?
They're going to troll us. We're going to get right to the fucking pearly gates, and they're going to say, "Access the fucking night."
You must be joking. Like, but like, no, seriously. And seriously, though, we see him, like, trying to defend himself from the police officers, but unfortunately, he is getting police brutality. It's him and the guy who was on TV, who was also a white man, but he was also getting bailed. Now the preacher was a black man, and the fact that he lasted that long shocked the shit out of me. But this was also the '80s. I'm trying not to be anything about it, but this is really fucking obvious.
Yeah.
But you see it, and he's like trying to, and unfortunately, he does not make it. Piper couldn't help him because there was literally too many cops to do anything, so he kept walking. And then he sees the guy who he borrowed the binoculars from earlier, picks him up, and they kind of make a beeline out of there because they see cops coming down the street, and they just walk into a random house, which to me and my knowledge, the first thing that goes off in my brain is, why didn't the fucking cops check that building? If you're looking for
exactly right.
If you're looking for, I guess, the terrorists that were in that church, you're checking the whole fucking perimeter. Like no stone was going to be left unturned. Why didn't you check that fucking house?
Well, maybe they were happy enough they found that dude who was hacking the TV signal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but still, man, the way that shit was shot, they were literally walking down the street and they only had one way. You literally could have sent maybe 3 dudes in there.
Right.
Or something to go after them. Because that apparently later on in the movie, there's no problem with this. There's no issues.
Yeah.
But you see that, and they're in that building. They're protecting themselves. You get to morning, and the shantytown's destroyed. Piper looks at everything, and people are kind of picking up after themselves, trying to salvage whatever they can. Piper makes his way into the church that was destroyed. Looks like it was burned from the outside in. But he walks into the church. Everything's being destroyed. Now, what I failed to mention earlier was when he snuck in that church, he found a box, just a random box, and he hid it. He went back into the church, found the hiding spot of that box he got, and went back in and got it. When he opened the box, it was nothing but sunglasses.
Yeah.
So he takes a pair of the sunglasses and puts it aside of him, and he kind of takes the box and he runs out of the building. Next thing you know, he's walking down an alley, and he takes it and he takes those sunglasses and he puts them on for the first time. This is when we get our fucking first iconic scene, in which case he puts on the sunglasses and everything's black and white.
Yep.
And Jose, you're looking like you're ready to chime in. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, as he sees, there's a thing about computers. He puts the glasses on, and now it just says obey. Big old black and white letters that says obey. And he's like, what the hell? He takes them off, puts them on again. And he's dumbfounded. He's looking around. He sees like a Caribbean advertisement. He looks, it says marry and reproduce. He's now looking at the magazine sections which all just says consume, obey, all type of shit, dude. It is the craziest shit.
Now, you say that because when we were watching this movie, you said you saw this movie with you and your girl.
Yeah.
And you said,
you
said something along the lines of like, what if this shit is real?
Yeah, I told him, like, if you think about it, this is probably the scariest concept. One of the scariest, like, concept-wise, one of the scariest movies fucking ever.
Yeah, and especially for a Carpenter movie.
Yeah, just the thought of, like, what if this shit is happening? We're getting subliminal messages every day from shit we just don't even think about.
Yeah.
It's just, bonkers, man. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, and as soon as you said that, I made it probably a little bit worse because as the shit goes on, you see Piper walk up and down the street with these glasses on, literally looking at everything and noticing that things aren't saying. Like, he sees, like, a golf magazine, and instead of it being, like, golf and you're reading it golf, it's, like, obey, watch TV, assimilate.
Like sleep. It's always like sleep. No,
or
no free thinking.
No free thinking. Obey authority, obey or submit to authority.
Yeah, don't question authority.
Don't question authority. Shit like that.
Yeah.
And he's seen these on every fucking like magazine. He takes off the glasses and he sees nothing, but when he takes off the glasses, he sees everything normally. He puts those glasses on. That's all he fucking sees. Is the obey shit, and he's like, "What the fuck?" His body language is giving him the what the fuck type of shit going on. And it gets even worse when a well-dressed businessman just happens to walk up to buy a newspaper. He turns over to look at the dude, and he sees just the alien for the first time.
Yeah.
But normally you would think they would freak out. Like me personally, when I looked at Jose in this part, I was like, me personally, I think I would have had Piper kind of freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
But then again, with him being the way he is, and then how the thing is, it worked out for him. Like, you can tell he was freaked out, or he didn't understand what the fuck he was looking at, and he was staring.
Yeah.
Like, staring. Just, like, staring. It's kind of like he was staring at a motherfucker with, like he had a hair lip. Like, something was wrong, but he couldn't say anything, because I guess he didn't want to be rude.
Right.
Nothing wrong with having people with hair lips. No offense to that at all. But, like, it's like someone having like a piece of spinach in their teeth,
right? And
you're not
want to tell them, but
you want to tell them, but you don't want to fucking tell them. You're like, something like that. He legitimately, and the guy turns to him and is like, "What are you staring at? Or what are you looking at?"
Yeah.
And Piper couldn't say a word. He just kind of froze, looks kind of down, and then when the dude turns his head again over to the newspaper, over to go pay for the newspaper, Piper's just continuously staring at him.
Yeah.
Because he's in awe of, like, what he's seeing. Like, he's like, I don't believe what I'm seeing. And the dude pays for his newspaper, and this dude looking back at him black and white, aliened out, going, "Hey, man, the fuck you staring at?"
Yeah.
Just, like, kind of, like, concerned at that point. And then just not noticing. And then the guy gets his newspaper, looks at his newspaper, looks at Piper one more time, and gets back in the car.
Yeah.
Piper freaked out. He looks and he sees the worker, the newsstand guy, and he's like, "Hey, man, are you gonna pay for that?" He's like, "Look, I don't want any trouble. Either pay for it or put it down and leave." Piper sees that the dude looks normal.
Yeah.
And he puts the paper. He puts the magazine down.
Yeah.
And backs away slowly. Right. Piper continues to walk down the street with the sunglasses on, and he sees these aliens. And the one thing you notice about all these aliens and what they have in common, they are rich. They are people with money. They are the people that look like they are the type of people that clench their purse when I walk by.
Exactly.
They are like. They are the type of they're just upper class, like super upper class, like normal people. Like, and it's cool and it's funny. This is one you had a beef, Jose. You had a fucking beef with the guy, because you said straight up, why is he buying a newspaper when it says nothing but obey
and all this shit
and enslavement and all that shit?
You're the alien. You obviously can see the shit going around. The fruit of your labor, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. So I was like, why does he have the news? Why is he buying the newspaper? I'm like, can he switch visions? And like,
so this is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not made for them. So they could probably see the normal shit.
Okay, now that makes sense. Yes.
While humans, not knowing, it looks normal to them, but it says obey and everything else.
All that shit,
consume the subliminal messages in the things.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
When he gets the paper, he's just seeing his stocks and shit.
Yeah.
Like normal news. Because it doesn't affect him.
Yeah.
But then, because like there's no subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
But now... it made me think, because when we're watching movies, like that's the only thing that can make more sense here. It doesn't affect him because he's not trying to be subdued. Right. They're subduing them. I'm trying to enslave you.
Right.
None of this shit's gonna bother me.
That's actually smart. I like that.
Yeah. So that was something that's something
great.
that I literally thought about. Like all this shit is going on because you would think that they would be enslaved too, but nothing's gonna stop them.
Right.
Like news media, commercials, all of that stuff like that they control doesn't fuck with them because they see it for what it is, but not subliminal messages.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about the what ifs earlier. You know how we always talk about different casting.
Go ahead.
It's just one, and it was Kurt Russell. Because of course it's Kurt Russell because it's John
for fucking
Carpenter.
Piper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then but then John Carpenter's like, no, I already worked with him plenty of times, and I want someone else. I want someone someone that could be you can look and be like, oh, that's a everyday man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he went with Piper.
But Piper's was big during that time though.
Yeah, that's true.
If this was like If this was like middle of 1990, and then he did that shit, I would have been more believable. But Piper would have been older.
Yeah.
And there was no fucking way Piper was in his fucking 30s.
Yeah.
In '88, no fucking
right.
way. If it was late 30s, maybe.
Yeah.
But
he was at because Carpenter was at WrestleMania 3. He had his own private box. He's like a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, I know. He's a huge wrestling fan, and he is a nerd. He fucking loves video games. He's an Xbox guy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the weirdest thing ever. But
right.
I mean, I'm an Xbox guy, but I can play both. He legitimately just like, yo, I'm fucking on Halo all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And
awesome.
I thought it was hilarious. But
yeah, he was at WrestleMania 3, and then after Piper's match, he's like, yo, bring me Roddy Piper. I need to talk to this man.
Like, I'm shooting a movie. I want to be in it.
And then Piper's like, how do I look? Shit. Like, okay. And then, that's when hey, man, I got a movie. I want you to be in it. Vince McMahon was like, nah, man, don't do that movie. Come on, I can get you something better than that, man. Don't worry.
Vince is a hater.
Yeah, I
Vince is a fucking hater.
So Piper's like, nah, man, I ain't skipping the opportunity to work with John Carpenter. Fuck this. And Piper literally quit. He straight up quit WWF back in the day. And he was like, no.
Fuck that.
I'm going to go work and do this movie. Exactly.
You're crazy as hell. I'm like, yo, it's John Carpenter. Ain't a lot. Yeah. And to that point, he didn't have no flops. No fucking way.
Well, no, he had flops.
What flops? That was 88? Oh, fuck, you're right.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Unfortunately, those movies did flop. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not now.
Yeah.
But, like, no. All right. I get it.
But yeah, that's how the story ends.
Yeah. Anyway, so Piper walks around and starts seeing the aliens. He gets into a store, and he's seeing like normal people. And this is probably one of the funniest things. And to this day, I shit you not, I wish I had a little bit more information about. I high key think he ad libbed his fucking lines because there's no way these are John Carpenter isms. Because Piper gets into the store. Looks at a motherfucker in line, and he looks at her and legitimately says, "You're real fucking ugly."
Yeah.
Like, just deadpan straight out. Like, she's like, "What?" She's like, "Oh." Like, clenching her pearls and shit. He's like, "Yeah, no, you're real fucking ugly." And he looks over to another lady who is a normal human. He says, "You're cool."
Yeah.
But she got some shit. She looks like she's been dipped in fucking formaldehyde.
Yeah.
And he goes off in a rant. And
that's when he says, "Yeah, these fucking glasses. I take them off. She looks normal.
She looks normal. Yeah. That's when he starts. That's when he starts like fucking freaking out. I was like, yeah. He's like, he starts taking. Yeah, he takes off his glasses. Yeah, if I take off my glasses, you look normal. But if I put them on, you're uglier than sin. Well, yeah. He just said, and he says that shit. And the guy in the store happens to look at him, and he's like, hey, yeah, you need to get out of my store like that. And he looks, and he notices the guy's one too. Apparently.
No, not the store owner.
You sure? Because I'm pretty sure he said some shit to him.
Nah.
Okay. Anyway.
All he says is like, oh, you're going to need, he like, go get out or I'll call the cops.
Yeah, he's
no, you're going to have to call a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, yeah, for her. So, like, and then, but this is what happens. He says all that. The lady who he was insulting, literally pulled up. She started talking on her watch, saying, "I have somebody who knows."
Yeah, he's like, "I have one that can see."
Yeah, I have one that can see, which started a whole trend of events.
Yeah,
that doesn't help Mr. John Nada at all.
Yep, he's like, "I don't like this one bit."
Nope. That's when he started to fucking say some shit, and then everybody around him. Well, no, he walks out of the store. And he starts seeing someone, and he sees a lady trying to fix her face in the mirror, and he has on the sunglasses. And what does he fucking say to her?
He's like it's like putting perfume on a pig, or something.
Yeah, putting perfume on a pig. She's like, "What?" He's like,
"Yeah." That's when the cops bum rushes.
And that's when the cops fucking like, and because she gets on her shit, she's like, "I have one that knows." He's like, "It's a white male." Starts naming the description.
Yeah.
And as soon as the camera cuts back, fucking cops. Another jump scare. Fucking jumps out and fucking bum rushes him into a corner, and he sees them for what they are. And they are like, "Hey, we think you're, even without those glasses, we think you're real shitty too." Thinking about that, so they know he knows.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Look, buddy, we can take care of this, without fucking doing without causing any bloodshed.
Yeah, because that's what they say to him. Like, hey man, you're just as ugly to us as
we are to you.
And he's like, impossible.
He's like, yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
thank you. Impossible.
Yeah,
it's like impossible. Like, bitch, I am adorable.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Vegeta.
Right.
Like he and the cops kind of rush him. Piper fucking pulls out one of their guns out of the dude's holster. Fucking shoots one of the cops, and dude's writhing in pain. He says, you can die like you. Like, you could die like us too, huh?
Yeah.
And the other guy goes to hits him in the back with, I believe, the police baton.
The billy club.
Yeah, billy club or the police baton, and he it knocks down Piper, but he gets up, he shoots dude and kills him.
Yeah.
And the other guy, we are just assuming that he's dead.
Yeah.
Piper gets into the cop car, takes
the shotgun.
And he has the gun that he took earlier, which is like a big-ass Magnum.
Yeah.
And he takes the guns, and he walks into... happens to kind of just sneak and walk into a bank.
Yeah.
Not knowing. He turns around, and all he sees is nothing but blue aliens.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. There's regular people in there, too. But
yeah, just there's regular people in there. Now, Jose, going back to what you were saying about it being scary, think of it this way. Many a times we have people just randomly going in, and I am not, first off, let me go on the record right now before you fuckers have me committed. I am not fucking saying this is true. It just made me fucking think, okay?
It's just one of those scary thoughts again.
One of those scary fucking thoughts that I just thought about, that literally just thought while watching this movie. Once again, I'm not fucking saying it's true. Please, for the love of God,
don't commit shag and say he's he's like a fucking conspiracy nut.
I am not. I am too lazy to be a fucking conspiracy nut. Seriously. But if I was,
yeah,
all those fucking shootings and everything that we've had, and those people will come out as crazy, or we want to say they're crazy.
Yeah.
What if they fucking thought they were aliens?
What if they just woke up?
Yeah. What if they just woke up and just saw that shit? Right?
Yeah, and just because it's like this is a random shooting, like
this was also
because if you put yourself in this universe, like Roddy Piper went crazy.
Yeah, this is a random. Yeah, he just walked to the bank and started shooting people.
Yeah,
because this is also the line where we got our infamous "I am here."
I have come here. Yeah,
yeah, I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yep, the goat.
Yep, the goat line.
Which ad lib?
Of course.
I was waiting for to tell you. Yeah, he ad-libbed most of this. He has a book. Roddy Piper has a book of shit he can say in the ring. Like, one day, like a promo book. Like, I haven't used this line. He showed John Carpenter, like, I haven't never said this line in the ring. I've always wanted to, but I haven't yet. Can I? Or John Carpenter's like, fuck yes, you can. Go for it, dude.
I fucking knew he ad-libbed it. There's no fucking way that these were I've listened to Carpenter's scripts. No fucking way. He does not write people that way.
As we know, since we're wrestling marks, but
yes,
Piper, one of the greatest talkers.
Yes.
In the fucking business.
Top fucking 5.
Easily. Top 3, dog. Probably.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, top 3. I'll give him top 3.
Probably because so a motherfucker could talk. He could just come off with shit off the top of the dome. So
always.
Of course, yeah.
Always. It was fucking incredible. So now it makes more sense. Thank you for fucking alluding that to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is like, but what we were saying is he's literally shooting motherfuckers in the bank. He's not robbing the bank. He's just shooting motherfuckers.
Right.
In that universe, that's exactly what it looks like. In our universe, if a motherfucker was walking into a bank and just starts shooting people, that dude's fucked up in the head or has got some type of agenda or something like that.
Yeah.
That same thing could be perceived here. However, Piper sees them as aliens because he has those glasses on.
Yep, he can see them for what they are.
He can see them, and they know they can see him.
Yeah.
So he shoots them up, but he runs out of the bank, and he runs that's when they're being reported, and people are fucking people he's trying to get a getaway and everything else.
Yeah.
And then you also have it to where he sneaks into the car garage, and this is where we meet Holly Thompson.
Although a quick trivia thing that kind of made me chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
As he's leaving, he runs into a cop, but the cop is normal. He's a human. And so Piper put your gun down, and he tells him to beat your feet and to take off. Well, I guess old dude didn't know what that meant. So he started running in place, you start stomping. That was the first take, and Piper's like, no, that means run. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Like,
that just means run.
Yeah.
Beat your feet. He's like, what?
Yeah.
This is not my fault.
Cut. Yeah. Like,
Ooh. Hey, man, no, that just means run. I apologize.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Piperisms, you know.
like Piperisms. Those are fucking great.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, he fucking that definitely fucking forgot. Thank you for keeping me honest. He runs out. So he runs out of the fucking building. He runs into the fucking car garage, and that's when we get Holly Thompson.
Yeah.
He pretty much takes her hostage and tells her we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I said, ma'am, you don't have a choice.
Right.
Pretty much have a gun to her back because he's like shotgun and a fucking magnum.
Yeah. Holly Thompson, played by Meg Forster, and her crazy eyes.
Yes.
She got like the bluest eyes. Her eyes always trip me out.
Really blue eyes, man.
Yeah, and those are really her eyes.
Yes,
I
know.
She said she got rose just because of her eyes. She's like, yes.
I don't blame shit, man.
Yeah.
You seen them? Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, I think it was the eyeshadow that fucked with me. Not the eyeshadow, sorry.
Just her
the
makeup.
eyeliner.
Oh, eyeliner. Okay.
The eyeliner. But anyway, so they're in the car garage. They get in the car. They drive off to get away from the cops. He asks her a couple of questions. He's like, "Hey, are you married?" She's like, "No." She's like, he's like, "Are you married?" She's like, "Yes." He's like, don't lie to me."
Yeah. She's like, no.
No. The saddest.
Yeah.
No. She's like, "Do you live alone?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yes." It's like, "We're going to your place." She's like, "No, I don't think so." She's like, "You're not the one making decisions here."
Yeah.
So,
like, afraid I have to insist.
yeah, I'm afraid I have to insist. Like, this motherfucker has a shotgun and a goddamn cannon,
Yeah.
bruh. And you are not in a position to say anything.
Right.
So they drive away. They drive to her house, and that's when we see some neighbors that are looking at them, and we never see these neighbors again.
Yeah, no, it's just a weird little.
I want to say they're probably someone important. Like, I got to look into that.
Yeah, I didn't see trivia on them.
Yeah,
so
I got to look into that because those could be like, could have been members of like of the crew or something like that.
Right,
So
right,
it was just weird. But they go in. So they go into her home, and Piper is trying to get her to put on the glasses to let her look, and she pretty much says probably the smartest fucking thing in the entire movie to me. She's like, "Look, even if you give me those glasses and I don't see what you see, I'm gonna say I saw what you saw,
just to make sure you don't kill me."
Yeah, just to make sure. And he's like, "Fair enough." So he doesn't do that. He's resting, and she's trying to go, I guess, get away, but he's pulling the gun. He's like, "Where are you going?" She's like, I'm thirsty." He's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you're not doing that." And then he pretty much lets his guard down and gets tossed out of a fucking window.
Yeah, she cracks him with like a champagne bottle or a wine bottle, something. Some
It's
type
probably
of bottle.
wine.
Yeah.
She's single. She
Yeah,
definitely.
she cracked him in the head, just throws this motherfucker,
Yep.
yeets his ass out of a goddamn window.
Yeah, now mind you, this is a California home. It's a California
LA home, yeah.
So that she knocked this motherfucker out a window there is nothing but hillside.
Yeah.
So he went a tumbling.
Right.
If you fucking saw a hot rod, think that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, think that. Except like it wasn't as funny.
Yeah, and it was still a hot rod if you think about it.
Yay.
But anyway.
He's rolling down the hill. She's on the phone with the cops. Now, if you've seen this movie, there is huge hints here that she is not to be trusted.
Right.
But some people, hey, pretty face, you can trust her.
Although the camera does end on the glasses, like on her scenes, like she looks down and looks at the glasses. Mm-hmm. So it tries to give you like a little, hey, what if?
Yeah, maybe.
I think maybe. But
because he didn't see, because at this point, you didn't know if they worked with humans or not.
Yeah.
They could work, or at least if they worked with humans, you don't know if they know.
Exactly.
So that's what they alluded to. It's like, is she good? Is she bad? You don't know.
Right.
Piper she's on the phone with the cops. Meanwhile, Piper's trying to make his way back to the shanty town. He doesn't really make it, but he's also trying to stay away from the cops and not be discovered. So he's like hiding away, healing his wounds after falling what I can only assume is like fucking
20 feet. He fell like you should be dead, bro. Like,
he looked like he fell down.
Dead or fucked up really
He looked
bad.
like he fell down some stairs that continue to go.
Yeah.
Like he fell down like fucking escalator that just fucking kept pushing him up and he kept falling. He just kept falling. and eventually got to the bottom.
Yeah.
But anyway, he fly. So he gets back. He makes his way back to the construction site. That's where he gets Frank, Keith David's character.
Yeah.
He's calling out, "Hey, Frank!" Frank has already fucking seen the news, heard everything, sees him. He's like, "Bro, stay the fuck away from me."
Yeah.
How many people did you fucking kill in that bank? He's like, "They weren't people."
He's like, "They weren't people."
He's like, "I don't want to hear that shit."
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. I want nothing to do with you, man. Stay the fuck away from me. As a normal black person would.
Right.
I would not want any. Actually, let's just say a normal person.
Right, normal person.
We'll say normal person, but no, that is some Negro tendencies right there. Like, not even a question. Because he didn't want nothing to do with
right.
him.
He said, "Nope."
Nah, no sir. Stay the fuck away from me. He also did that without even fucking telling on him. So that was also something. Like, I was like, I ain't gonna snitch, but you gonna stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
So he's literally trying to get Frank's attention. So he heads back to get to make sure he can get Frank. He heads back to where he hid the glasses that he took out of the church.
Yeah.
Which he hid it away in a trash can in an alley somewhere near the construction site.
Yeah.
So
well, he didn't even hide them. He just threw them away.
No.
Because he thought they were just regular sunglasses.
He did. He kept a pair.
Yeah.
So you're right. He fucking. I say he hit him because even then I thought he hit him.
Yeah, because
the way he threw the box in there because he threw stuff on top of it.
Right.
So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he threw stuff on top of it. Like, yo, I might come back for this later.
Yeah.
Because who knows? You might want to just sell them.
Yeah.
You know. He comes back. He gets his. He couldn't find the glasses because he sees that they like the dumpsters and the dumpster came in for like the trash cans. Like the trash man came and they kind of collected it. He finds a way to open up the garbage truck. Gets in the back of the garbage truck. Goes to rummaging. Finds the box. Gets the box and the garbage truck tips back because I believe the garbage men were getting in an argument.
Or something like that.
They were arguing. They were definitely like, man, he was like, man, fuck this job, man.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit. Like, he just dumped it all back, which is funny to me because it's like, y'all don't know that it's open. So you just tipped it back.
Yeah.
Without even questioning why was it open.
Right.
So whatever. He falls out. And he's sitting there going like, okay, fuck it. Like he's like, I got what I needed, and he heads to go find Keith David. Keith David, done with work, walking, I guess, back to whatever home he has, whatever have you. He's like, hey man, I gotta show you something. He's like, stay the absolute fuck away from me. Mm-hmm. Seriously, stay away.
Fair enough, and put on these glasses.
He's like, no, I need you to put on these glasses. And pretty much says, look, stay away from me. And Keith David kind of was like starting. It's like, yo, I will fucking deck your shit. Stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Piper pretty much looks at David and says, either you wear these glasses or you're going to be eating that garbage can.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers proceed to have probably the best fight scene I have seen in a non-martial arts movie.
The longest fight scene you have ever seen.
In a non-martial arts movie.
This fucking fight, dog, goes on forever.
About 15 minutes?
No, it's not that long. It feels long, but it's not that long.
They said that fight was like 20 minutes, takes of every time.
Right.
But like the fight was about maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
I think so.
But that whole scene was like 15 minutes. It was a long scene. Probably it's like that. The movie is like 97 minutes. That one scene took up like a nice little chunk.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
Like I knew it wasn't over 10, but it took like a decent fucking.
Yeah, the way that fight is paced, it feels way longer.
Way
than 6
longer.
Minutes.
They are fighting, and I'm talking about what. I know you got trivia for this. I know you do.
Yeah, well, they went over it. They went over this fight at John Carpenter's backyard or something, his backyard, his studios. So they prepped it. And the thing was, this fight was only supposed to be 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a quick boop, 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 and,
Nope.
But no, they just decided, like, with them choreographing everything, they went off. And like I said, 6 minutes later, there you go.
Man.
And also, a random fact that I saw this. I remember watching this and not realizing it until later, like, holy shit. They literally recreated this fight. It's like scene for scene, like the exact shit same happened on South Park when Timmy fought Jimmy.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
They did. Holy shit, I remember that.
It's literally the same fight, dude. Like
Timmy versus the fucking other the
Jimmy, wasn't it?
yeah, Jimmy, the fucking the other cripple kid, the other cripple kid.
The cripple fight.
The cripple fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first oh my god, dude. Yes. But yeah, anyway, this fight went on what felt like 4 days. But eventually Piper, now the funniest fucking thing about this fight, I will say this. This is probably still one of my favorite fucking movie fights of all time.
Yeah.
Eventually I'm going to probably give you guys my top 5 movie fights. But
movie fights.
Keith David punches after repeatedly hitting this motherfucker in the dick like 6 times. Like just straight knee to nuts on the ground, like driving them into the baby maker. He like they start swing, like they get up. Keith David puts the glasses on his chest and just says "fuck you" and just walks away. He stays up on the wall, takes a breather. Roddy Piper is still on the ground, but he gets up slowly runs up to Keith David. Keith looks at this motherfucker. He's like, no.
You can tell he's just like, no.
He's so tired he's too tired to defend, but he's like, fuck, I'm not going to go out like this. Piper fucking comes up and hits that motherfucker with a kidney shot. Yeah. And it's the funniest fucking thing I have fucking seen.
Keith David just starts screaming like, ah.
Like you can see he's too tired
to
fucking continue to try. And I swear to God, it's the funniest fucking shit. Oh God. But anyway, Piper fucking wins the fight. He grabs Keith David and he forces the sunglasses on him. Keith is trying to struggle to take the glasses off, but he's like, look. This is where Keith starts seeing shit for the first time. And Keith's like, what the like literally. Another thing, blackest fucking thing, the reaction he had. Just like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, he was freaking the fuck out. Like, the fuck is this? Yeah.
The fuck is that? He's taking off the glasses. And he puts the glasses back on. And he's like doing the same shit. He's like, yeah, you see this? He's like, the hell is that? And he points up there. He's like, what's the hell is that?
He's like, you're not the first son of a bitch to wake out of their dream.
Yeah, again, weird ass fucking. No, wait, no.
No, that's
He fucking says like, oh, what the fuck did he say?
He said, he's like, buddy, life's a bitch, and she's back in heat.
What the fuck does that even mean? My guy.
The only thing I can tell you, it's on trivia, and the only thing trivia says about it is that is Randy Savage's favorite line in this movie. And that's literally trivia.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Dog.
I can hear Macho Man like, oh, that was such a good line. I needed to use that. Oh,
yeah, yeah, brother. Let me tell you something, man. That line, brother. Yeah, that line is the funniest damn thing I heard all day, man. Me and Elizabeth were cracking up, brother. Yeah.
Life's a bitch, and she's back in heat.
Life's a bitch, and she's back in heat.
Is Randy the Macho Man Savage's favorite line in the film?
Oh my God!
I was like, holy shit!
Oh fuck, dude, you
yeah, because we heard that line watching the movie. We're like, what the fuck does that mean?
We looked at this like, dog.
We were like Kobe Bryant in that Kobe Bryant commercial.
Like, the fuck that mean, Kobe Bryant?
The fuck does that mean, Roddy Piper?
Like seriously, the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like even if I was Keith David, I'd be like, bro, seriously, what the fuck? What does that mean? Anyway, these motherfuckers battered and bruised.
They go to
wearing the sunglasses. They are going to a hotel.
A motel, rent a room.
Yeah, to rent a room to kind of heal up. That's when they run
into Gilbert. Yeah.
That's when they run into Gilbert. Gilbert is one of the guys that was Piper talked to in the church, telling him that you were holding choir practice at 4 a.m.
He was also one of the heads of the homeless camp.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I forgot to mention another trivia: real homeless people for the most part.
Ooh, well,
but John Carpenter, hired them, gave them meals and fed them. I mean, paid them for a day's work. So
hey, man, shit, hell yeah,
right. So shout out to John Carpenter.
Yeah, the GOAT continues to be the GOAT,
right? But yeah, he tells them, hey, meet us at this address, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna meet us at this address. And we'll talk about it because he knows he has. They see they got the shades on. He's like, I see that you're starting to note because he sees Keith Davis. I see that you're being one of us now. Meet us here. We'll take care of you. Mm-hmm. So they meet up in is that an abandoned warehouse?
Something like that. It had to be some type of
an abandoned warehouse, and they are with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
They're with a bunch of people, and they upgrade themselves from sunglasses to contacts.
Yeah.
They're saying it's harder to they say it's harder to be recognized.
Yeah. And then there's less interference because if you wear the sunglasses for too long, it just fucks you up. You feel
it feels like
you're on drugs.
Yeah. It's like a knife is being twisted into your fucking skull, mm-hmm. or like a drill being. It's something like skull and stabbing and whatever. Weird Piperisms.
Yeah.
But anyway. They're going over their plans. Now, this is also a place to where they know that the aliens, they're trying to hide from them, but they also have, guns, and, they got, equipment from, they got, one of the watches from the aliens, which works as a two-way communicator. He's like, hey, man, and one of the dudes is sitting there, he's like, have you ever seen them do their magic trick? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, we got one of these watches. This is how they do it. They just press it, and it's like a
code. I haven't cracked the code.
I haven't cracked the code yet, but it's something to do with these watches. So they take Keith David takes the watch from him, and but they start loading up weapons in Keith David's little book bag. I'm talking about these motherfuckers got guns.
Yeah.
Big guns.
And because Gilbert's like, man, we're starting to, we're getting ready to fight back, and we're looking for, a couple soldiers, basically, pretty much. And, Piper was like, say less.
Say less. Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready. Because you killed about 12 of these motherfuckers today. Yeah. So, so he, so they legitimately so they're getting information and hey, how do we beat them? We know they're controlling us via a satellite, but we just don't know where the satellite is. So, they are kind of figuring that stuff out. Some people want to go attack them head on. Other people are like, yeah, we can't do all that because
they would wipe us out.
Yeah, they would end us. No problem. That wouldn't be smart. Let's take our time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we get fucking Holly Thompson.
Yeah, because they're like, there's a signal coming from somewhere.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know where.
Yeah, she's like, I work at this place, and
then there's no signal there. She's fucking red flag.
Right.
First off, bitch, how you get here? Who invited you?
Right.
Who the only motherfucker that knows you is Piper. And he ain't tell you where the fuck you at.
Yeah.
You threw this motherfucker out the window.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I was kind of I love this movie, and there's one thing that I would change. Piper starts to become kind of concerned, lovesick with her.
Yeah.
Never fucking like that, because nothing happened to when you insinuate that he cared enough about her.
It's one of those things hey, pretty girl, pretty, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm besmirched.
Yeah, I'm besmirched. She fucking clocked you with a champagne bottle and threw you out of a goddamn window. Yep. There is look, I am a fucking sicko when it comes to women, and what I mean by this, I like pain. I am good. We do not kink shame on cinema villains, but that's some shit. No. I am not into. You are not.
Well, shout out to Straight Chillin'. Call into their hotline and tell them they're doing hey, send us your kinks week.
Nice.
So go ahead and call them in, Shaq. Hey, I heard you wanted to hear some shit.
Shit, boy, let me fuck you up.
Do that and I'll call in talking about I want an 8-foot-tall vampire woman to just step on my face.
You need to drop that. Jesus.
No, the internet is in love, and when the internet is in love, it's in love.
It loves hard.
I would be Roddy Piper, nah, man, that 8-foot-tall vampire is cool.
And I'm looking at you like Keith David, be like, man, what?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. But no, seriously. Like, I don't like the fact that I didn't like that because it felt forced.
It was weird.
Like you wanted to kind of make it feel like, hey, is he or isn't she? And he's got to be like, she can be a damsel in distress. None of that gave that whole.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about this movie I did not like. But anyway, a raid happens.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Holly fucking Holly shows up. Magically, there's a fucking raid. Mm-hmm. And these motherfuckers are shoot to kill.
Yeah.
They are, like, shooting everybody in this room. Some people get away. Other people, unfortunately, meet their demise. And one of those dudes was,
Good old Ao Leon.
Like, Ao Leon.
Look at Ao Leon. Like, look at this guy. He had his 10-second cameo because he's literally blinking. You miss him.
Yep. Of course you fucking catch him.
Of course.
I was actually talking about Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were talking about Ao Leon.
No, man. I was talking about fucking Gilbert.
Give it that. No, Gilbert gets burnt.
Gilbert gets fucking shot in the chest. Like, he gets shot in the chest and then shot in the shoulder. I'm like, yo, man, the way they're shooting him, he probably could still... Nope, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, hey, he can make... Nope, he is
they kill Gilbert. They kill a couple other homeless people you recognize from the earlier camp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're pretty much just wiping
They're wiping them dudes out. Yeah. Keith David, and Piper fucking... take Holly...
Well, no, Holly disappears.
Oh, Holly... No. Holly... I'm sorry. Holly doesn't disappear. She runs off.
Well, she runs off with two people and they get shot.
Yeah, two people try to save her and they get shot trying to save her. And they were shooting in that person. They were shooting in Holly's general direction.
Yeah.
But they weren't shooting with her. And like, this is kind of one of those ones like, hey, we're shooting at her. You can't. Is she or isn't she? Yeah. But anyway, she runs out. She's in the middle of the street. Keith David and Piper get out. They're out the building. They're behind the building.
Yeah, they get. They essentially get to a dead end in the alley.
Yeah, they're in a dead end alley, hiding, make sure they don't they're hidden. Piper wants to go back to go find Holly. Keith David's like, that is the stupidest fucking idea I've heard.
Yeah,
and you're already crazy. So no. He's like, I gotta go find her. No, you don't. Stay your ass here. She is either she's fine or she's good as dead. You don't need to be that second one.
So he kind of figures out the watch.
He's like, I think I figured out this watch. He fucking presses it like he's figuring out. He's like, if I give me a minute, I'm gonna listen to him so I can listen to their fucking signal because that watch also works like a two-way radio.
Yeah.
The alien cops start walking their way down that alley. And Keith David was figuring with the watch. Piper's like, hey, man, Frank. He's like, what? He's like, look, man, they're coming.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit. Like, they're trying to figure something out. They start shooting. Frank drops the watch. It breaks. It opens up a fucking portal.
Yeah.
And Frank is like, yo, a portal just opened up.
And Piper's like, well, hop in.
And he's like, the fuck out. What the fuck you mean hop in? I don't know where that shit go. I don't know where the fuck that shit go.
They're like, we ain't got a choice.
We ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
You either stay here and get shot or go through that hole. It's better than here right now. Keith David jumps down that fucking hole reluctantly.
Yeah.
And Piper fucking blasts off and then they fucking jump down the hole together. That's when they're walking around and starting to see certain shit like in different languages.
Yeah. Keith David like, what language is this?
And he's like, man, what the fuck if I know? And like, it's like so. And also I like the fact that Keith David is thinking that Piper is the expert. When Piper literally just found all that shit out like
the day before.
Few hours before he did. So it's kind of like, yo, I just found this out yesterday, my guy. I don't know. I'm not a fucking expert. All the experts that you know literally just fucking died. Got upstairs. You should have asked them. But they're walking around and they walk into a dining hall and they see nothing but pretty much the upper class.
Yeah.
Talking about in the year 2025.
Well, Shag,
in about 4 more years, that they're going to have everything controlled.
Yeah, everything will be, the whole world will be under control.
Yeah, the world will be under control.
So you're with that statement, we're under the assumption that this is only America.
Yeah, that is only in America. Like eventually they'll take over the world.
Yeah.
And then drive the world up as their resource, and then move on to the next. Yeah. Literally, I think something.
Did they even say that in the movie though?
They alluded. So they alluded to it.
Okay.
They alluded to it, because even the people where were like finding out about them, they just use up the planet, and then they move on to the next planet. Because the next guy who fucking runs into him is the goddamn drifter.
Yeah.
Who was complaining about the TV earlier. all dappered up, and this dude went from rags to riches.
Yeah, he's like, hey boys, when y'all get recruited?
Yeah, like he sold. It was like, so me personally, I'm thinking he sold them out.
Yeah.
And not for the raid, but sold them out at the
church.
At the church. Mm-hmm. And he just got away, and they just, he just had the upper course in life. Like, my man's went and was like, and you know what? Real shit, though, if I'm in his situation, being homeless, yeah, I'm probably doing the same shit. No lie. Right. No cap. I'm like, yep, right there, officer.
Yeah.
Like, right there, officer. Like, just.
No, I remember me and my girl had this conversation. Like, babe, I'm going to be honest with you. The aliens came to me like, look, fam, here's the deal. Want to be rich or not? Fuck it.
Fuck it. Hey,
I'm gonna be rich. Fuck it.
Hey, I for one welcome our blue-faced overlords. Our blue-faced overlords.
Like, what? It's kind of a pride thing. No, you're just giving us. Fuck it. I'm not poor.
Hey, bro. Like,
I'm not broke.
I'm not broke. And when this shit goes, I'm going with them. So it's all good.
No, fuck this planet.
Yeah. So,
until we realize we can't go. And like, well.
So the drifter starts showing them around. Literally showing them around and shit, and
he shows them like the little space portal.
Yeah, the space portal that says, "Hey man, this portal lets you go to different worlds, and help apparently take them back to their home planet or whatever world they've conquered.
Yeah,
It's kind of like an airport.
Yeah.
They are not saying shit because they know what they need to do, and if they don't do it, they need to go along with it because he's spilling the beans.
Yeah.
So he's giving them the grand tour and everything, and he shows them that there's a news studio, which is like the basic news broadcast, and they see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, Piper's like, hey, is there a way you can get us into that movie? He's like, hey man, they're like, you know what, the guards here, they're friends of mine. So I could talk to them. Excuse me. He unsuccessfully talks to him because he doesn't have the fucking clout like that.
Right. So he thinks he does.
He thinks he does, but he doesn't.
Hey, let me show my boys around. Yeah, there's a grand tour.
Yeah, and the guards looking at him and say, "Hey, man, you're gonna need your passes."
Yeah, like fuck off, dude. Like,
fuck off, dude. Do y'all even have your fucking passes? Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, we got our passes right here." Roddy Piper and fucking Keith David pull out their fucking big ass guns and cap those guards.
Headshots. Do.
Done.
Yeah.
And the guy starts freaking out.
He's like, "What the hell, man?"
I'm like, "What? I thought y'all were on our side." He's like, "Fuck no, man. I'm with the human race." Yeah. And the dude's like, "Dude," pretty much saying, "Fuck the human race, man. It's over."
Yeah, these dudes won already. Like,
they won already. Like, it's not. It's you. There's no
not
good.
Like there's a takeover. They took over.
They took over already. There's no good guys. There's no bad guys. They already won. Yeah. What are you doing? And they're like, "Yo, we're gonna fix this." That's what they're doing. So they just start at that point. They just start fucking shooting.
Yeah, because more guards come in and he teleports. He
takes the watch. He's like, "See you boys later," and fucking hits that and he teleports out. He's done. He's gone. You don't see him anymore.
Yeah,
he starts fucking. So we get their fucking shootout. They start shooting everybody in the around the news station because it was all soundproof and everything. They make their way inside that. They start shooting everybody.
All the aliens, yeah.
All the aliens, obviously. And then they try to find
Holly. Well, no, they're trying to find the signal.
Yeah, they're trying to find the signal. So what old boy told them was the way that they're controlling things, the signal that they're looking for is a satellite that's based on the roof.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make their way upstairs to the roof so they can take it out. Meanwhile, they run into Holly, and Piper, being ecstatic to see Holly, runs up, grabs him, and they try to make their getaway up to the stairs.
Before we talk about that, can we talk about how the guards had the little tracking devices? That was a radio.
Yeah.
Those are literally the EKG things from Ghostbusters.
I knew they fucking look familiar.
Literally the same prop. Like they just used.
I knew they fucking look familiar, but they just look different.
Yeah, they look put different painting, or
different painting, and then different color.
Yeah,
because it's like that shit looks familiar. Yeah, it didn't fucking compute until you said it, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's funny. That's funny.
The thing that always trips me out.
Good old facts and info. I love it.
Yep. But yeah, Holly, they run into Holly.
They run into Holly and they try to make their way upstairs to kind of get an escape from the guards. It's her, Piper, Keith David running, and they get up to the stairs. Piper takes out the two guards that are running down the stairs. He runs up the stairs.
He's like, "Come on, let's go.
Let's go." He runs up the stairs.
Right as Keith takes a step. Yeah.
Another problem I have with this fucking movie. Holly, because we fucking seen it a mile away, works with the fucking aliens. Soon as Keith David tries to make his way from up the stairs, Holly pulls a fucking gun out on him, fucking kills him dead.
Yep.
Now, respectfully, you don't see it on the screen. You just see a flash. You just hear a gunshot in the flash, and it cuts to Piper up on the roof.
He gets to the satellite, sees the
I'm not saying that you could have not killed Keith David.
Yeah.
But his character deserved a little bit better than that.
Yeah, he deserved a better death than that.
Yeah, something better than that.
Like, he could have, been like, I'm going to stay here, hold off the guards.
Or he could have fucking he could have made his way up on the roof and got capped on the roof.
Shit, yeah.
Something like that. Or Holly could have shot him as soon as they were like, at
the roof.
Could have shot him on the fucking roof. Or could have took a bullet for him. Like, I'm not saying take a bullet for him like that. Like, oh, man, you were my best friend. Like, no, they're not tight like that.
Yeah.
They're just like, yo, we got something we got to do. He didn't fucking make it up the stairs, bro. That shit made me mad. Right. Why didn't was Keith David not good enough to make it up the fucking stairs, bro? Come on, bro.
Right.
It's Keith goddamn David, bro.
Yeah,
that's fucking Goliath, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Goliath. He's fucking Spawn. Let's go.
Fucking Spawn, bro.
Yeah.
Spawn.
Let's fucking go. But no, he could have. His death could have been better than just
way fucking
okey doke.
Like okey doke, quick shot and just left off screen. He's killed off screen. That's like the worst kind of death you can have is being killed off screen.
Yeah. Well,
it is. It really is. If you're gonna look,
I'm talking about like it.
Dude, no, you can fuck. If I'm gonna fucking die, you better show my shit to the fucking masses.
Fucking no, because we saw how he died. They just didn't show that.
No, you knew how he fucking died. He just fucking they just put a fucking gun to his head. He looked at the gun and bam, it's done. It's over. It's fucking had.
Yeah.
You don't see him fucking slump. You don't see none of that shit. You don't see brain matter hit the wall or anything.
I think the worst example of a badass not being showed their death is in Predator. That fucking the tracker guy, the little Native American dude.
That's
probably the worst.
No.
Example.
That's what I'm saying though. Getting killed off screen is the worst fucking death that you can have. Period. In horror movies or anything, getting killed off screen is the worst because it doesn't tell you shit other than you fucking died. You weren't good enough to be killed on screen. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
It sucks.
I'll never get over that. It's like what?
It's the one thing that pisses me off about this movie the most. Other than like the little hints and cues in the fucking fake love romance. Anyway, he gets up fucking stairs. He sees the tower. They're fucking got a helicopter. He's about to take.
He's like, Frank, Holly, y'all all right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like yelling that. He's like, fuck it. He's about to take out the tower. Holly's like, don't do it. Yeah. She pulls a gun on him. And he's like, Holly, no. Yeah. Holly, no. Just like that fucking look on his face. It's like, this is what you get, you stupid bastard.
Yeah.
You didn't even fuck. You ain't even get none, bro. Not a kiss, not a hug.
Yeah.
Nothing. She showed you no fucking gratitude on being saved. None of this shit, and yet you assumed. This is what fucking happens when you goddamn assume shit. I am mad.
Shaq's pretty mad. He was upset. He is upset.
I love this fucking movie, but goddamn it, that shit sucks.
Yeah. They could have at least made her infiltration better.
Yes.
Like, make her like, oh, she is a good guy.
If I'm fucking doing this.
Yes.
Like, and the fucked up thing is, Carpenter's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
You could have made a better heel turn than this.
Right, exactly.
There's a better fucking heel turn.
Right.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Right.
Fuck.
You know what would have been the greatest heel turn? If Keith David was the guy.
That I would have fucking that shit would have broke my heart. If he'd have fucking shot Holly,
or he'd have shot Holly, or he just had a gun to her head, like, hey, he's like, how do you think they found out about everything?
Yeah,
this.
If Keith David was the one to fucking have it done, I wouldn't have been mad. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be the first time.
Right? Yeah. Well, man. Well, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Nudge. Maybe
nudge,
soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, we get to there and. She like, put the gun down. Piper puts his gun down.
Piper puts the gun down, but Piper, man of many tricks, and also the man of who he's like, just when you ask, it's like, just when you have the answers, I change the questions.
There you go. Exactly. I was waiting for one of us to say that.
Oh, it was definitely coming from me. Garen goddamn to you.
I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
Pulls out a fucking gun, like a mini handgun.
What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Like a Dillinger or a Derringer or something like that.
Probably a Derringer, but like I called it pretty much the human version of the gun from Men in Black.
Yeah. Okay. There
because that shit was small as fuck. For do the damage that it did, shouldn't have did anything to nobody.
Right.
But he pulls that gun out. He shoots and kills Holly. Then
at least he shoots and kills Holly.
That's
with
fine. Like
no hesitation.
Because that's the type of person he is.
Yeah.
So if he got shot first by her and then he shot her, I'd have been mad.
Right.
But I'd have been mad at her. Let's be like that. But he shot her. The blue aliens made their stuff upstairs with the helicopter. Fucking came down and said, "Don't do it, don't shoot," and he fucking shot at the satellite where the signal was being broadcast with that small ass gun. That shit blew up, and they proceeded to shoot at him. He fucking dies, but the satellite blows up.
He flicks him off before he dies. Though.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, the satellite blows up, and then all of a sudden you can see everything. Everyone can see everything.
Yeah, at that point when that satellite blows up, you see nothing but blue aliens. You see blue aliens talking about that on the news.
Yeah,
they're like one of those like, "Hey, what the hell is up with your face?"
No, like news reporters like, what's going on? Why are y'all freaking
out? And then you cut from
you
that.
can see the subliminal messages. You see shit on the walls.
Yep, you see all the fucking subliminal messages. They take you out of that.
Siskel and Ebert end up being
Siskel and Ebert are aliens.
And they're talking shit about John Carpenter. Yep. They're like, oh, how dare
George Romero.
Yeah.
George A. Romero.
Yeah.
Talking cash shit about them. Yeah. And then it flips back, and
there's an alien chilling at the bar drinking,
and everybody's like looking at him like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Oh no, like," and then like,
you know what? It makes sense what you said earlier.
Yeah.
That the hidden meanings and shit doesn't affect them because none of the aliens know what's going on. They're just like, why is everyone freaking out?
Why is everybody freaking out? Like, what's going on? Like, it's like oh,
you know what makes sense? You can see me now.
Like oh shit! Like and it's funny, like and it's going on, and like it's all that's happening. Everybody's getting revealed, and everybody's like, "What?" And to the point that when you see a commercial, and it's a car commercial, and then you see like the girl's normal, and then you see you see like a man who is in the commercial, and he's one of the blue aliens. But as you're doing that, it's our one sex scene in this whole movie.
Yeah.
Where a girl is on top of the alien, and she looks down, and because she's on TV, and she looks down and she sees dude, and dude's like, "What's the matter, baby?"
Yeah, what's the matter, baby?
And then the movie end credits rolls. That's They Live.
So what? So let's talk about this shit. What happens after that? Do people fight back? Do they just not care?
Honestly, so the aliens, to me, they work in silence.
Yeah.
They're not about exposure. That's why I'm thinking, especially here in America, where we fight about anything.
Yeah.
So, ain't nothing to Americans to fight, especially fighting the rich.
Yeah.
So, ain't nothing to that fighting back. That's why I'm saying it would have started a war, like an uprising. I ain't saying the shit would have been successful.
Right.
But because they literally have plants everywhere, like in every little department. But even then you have cops that either were with them or cops that had no idea, and they fucking would fight back. You would have a bunch of infighting, and that would spread out. And you didn't take over the world yet, or so as they seemed. So you would have had, if there was a sequel, that's probably what it would have been about. Like, They Lived, the sequel would have been called They Died, or something like that. So
that'd have been hilarious.
Just because, and they don't say who dies.
Yeah,
you know, like that's what they're kind of saying. Like, because at that point the aliens' cover is blown, and they're not the ones that they're here to like they say, work in secrecy and get all that shit done.
Right.
For them to be exposed, that's 2/3 of their job. They're like, well, fuck, what do we do now? We can't conform them because they know who the fuck we are.
Right.
And it's going to be harder for us to take off. They can leave. Do they leave Earth? Do they
fuck it?
Abort? Do they kind of crush everything? Just kind of let? Depends.
Yeah.
Really, you don't know. That's how I think about it. But all right, Jose.
That was They Live. So.
That was They Live. Other than my unmitigated anger, what is your favorite cinema villain moment?
Oh, see, this is rough because, like we said, there's not a central antagonist.
No,
it is a group of beings, I guess.
Yes. You want me to just give you mine?
Yeah, just go, because I don't think...
The end.
The end? Just where everyone's exposed?
Everyone, just not everyone exposed, but what's the matter, baby? That's literally mine.
That's
like
funny.
that, he's like mid-strokes. Wearing, you can look at it because he's like, you can kind of see where he has the mask on. So one thing that I was gonna wait to say when I gave out the grades, this had some of the best prosthetic features in this movie. Also, like puppetry and the mask work for the blue alien faces.
Yeah.
So the fact that I love the end so much because they literally end mid strokes.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, what's the matter, baby?" Right. Yeah. Like that's one of my favorites. I
guess mine would just have to be the reveal. When you put on the sunglasses. And you just the world shit. Then you turn and see that one guy.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be yours because that's like the first thing. That's the one thing that stuck with you. I thought that was gonna be yours.
Yeah,
like mine is,
there's nothing like I guess that was it, but it's not really. Like I said, it's weird because there's not like a central villain.
Yeah,
it's just the aliens are the villain. Yeah,
the aliens are the villain.
Yeah,
but we also know what the villain is. Capitalism.
That's right.
Capitalism. But I guess now it's time for grades. So, my friend,
So do we do the 3 keys of a villain?
We're gonna do the 3 keys. It's still technically a cinema villain, man. Yeah. You can't break tradition.
Yeah.
No matter how odd the situation may be. So, you want me to? Well, at least because I know you're conflicted over there. So if you want to follow my lead,
let's go.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, as you know, when we do here on Cinema Villains, when we do our cinema villain grades, if they're worth a damn or if they're not, we grade them off of 3 key factors. What's their motive? Are their threat level and their drip?
Yeah.
Which means their style for the ones who are
for the uninitiated.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we do a grade scale 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. We all occasionally, if I'm drunk enough, I'll do alphabets.
Right.
Depending on that.
Yeah.
And then, but it's a grading system. None of this shit matters at the end of the day. But
right.
I'm giving them a 5 because that's some comic book shit.
That's literally
Brainiac.
No, I was about to say
that's some Brainiac shit.
Yeah.
He comes to planets, use up all the resources. When the planet's done, he leaves.
Right. I thought he downloads all the knowledge.
Yes. Knowledge.
No. But no. The motive is 5 because technically they've done it.
They've done it successfully.
They're technically taking over the world. We just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been here. They've been here apparently since like the 50s.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Some shit. So it's been like that. So anyway, the drip.
I mean, technically, most of them are rich, so they're well dappered out, I guess.
Okay. First off, what was your motive grade? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 5 too. Yeah, they did it.
What is your drip grade?
I want to say a 4 because, like I said,
4?
all the aliens are generally well dressed and stylized. Because they got to be rich. They're rich, so yeah.
Want to know my grade?
What's up?
I gave them a fucking 2.
Okay.
Nothing about them drip swag at all.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Nothing about them was swag.
80s yuppie swag.
It was yuppie swag.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. And the only reason why I gave them anything like a 2 because I thought their faces, even though how fucking fugly they were, that shit is iconic.
Yeah.
That is super iconic. That is the only saving grace. Other than that, no swag. No memorable swag other than their faces. So it's a 2.
Yeah.
Are they the threat level?
I would say a 3. You looking at me crazy? Well, yeah. Because they're threatening, but only if you're fucking with them.
Yeah.
They technically they're doing more good than harm, maybe. Because they're like, hey man, you want to be rich? Okay, and then that's it.
Yeah. I also gave them a 2.
Okay.
Reason being for the 2 is because, like I said, all the villains that we've had, for exception of a few of them, none of them felt this was the least threatening of the bunch.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can kill them pretty easy.
Yeah, you can
They're
kill
just
them.
a normal dude.
You don't know they exist. The fact that you know that they exist, they literally have fucking escape buttons.
Yeah,
not fight and kill you buttons. Escape buttons.
Yeah, they're not like super strong.
No, they're literally the rich, and when they figure out they've been had, they're calling the cops.
Yep, they're like, yeah, exactly.
Which you let a homeless man evade you throughout your entire fucking movie.
Yeah,
you were not threatening.
There you go.
The only reason why I gave him a 2 is because you have a cop button. That's it.
Yeah. You have a cop button, a militia button, damn near, yeah.
That's it.
Because them cops rolled in.
Bro, real quick.
Like some death squads.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all in all grade, what are you giving them?
3.
Give him a 3?
3.
I wanted to give him a 2.5.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to give him a 3.
Okay.
Only because I know they are super. They're
iconic. They have the
super
one of the
iconic.
most iconic looks of all ages.
They are iconic.
But you put them up against, I don't know, if a fucking predator falls into this place, they are murked.
Bro.
They ain't doing shit to that damn predator.
Bro.
Yeah.
They don't even get above the fucking Martians from Attack on Mars.
You mean Mars Attacks?
Mars Attacks, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, those motherfuckers are fucking insane.
Yes.
They would murder everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like, as far as like...
They're only getting a 3. And I'm going to put a fucking asterisk on that 3s because they're so fucking iconic.
Yeah.
With that being said, are they getting into the fucking Villains Hall?
They'll get into the hall. They are allowed into the Villain Dome.
They are not coming into the VIP.
But they do not get a seat at the table.
No.
Which is
no seat
funny because they're super rich and you could tell
they can buy their way to the table.
They're going to be like, they're going to try to use their privilege. They'll be like, hey, no.
Fuck you. No.
We're going to we got to find a villain VIP bodyguard to stand at the door one day. Like one of these days we'll find a villain who's like, you're not good enough to be the VIP, but you're good enough to be the goddamn bouncer.
Like, nah, so that'd be one dedicated bouncer, but we're gonna that would be one guy that would literally be like the bouncer.
Yeah, and it's like
the first person that came up in my mind.
Yeah,
fucking Jaws from the 007, not
shit.
the shark,
That's
but
hilarious.
007, just sitting there. Yeah, just like no, you're not coming in here.
Yeah.
Either him,
this fucking shark. Like,
yeah,
do we have a moat? You gotta
the fucking shark just pop up. No, either him or fucking Boris Karloff's fucking Frankenstein monster.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. But no, yeah, they're in the Villain Dome, but no, they don't get a VIP.
They don't get to sit at the table.
Yeah. Their iconic look only takes them so far.
Yeah, you can.
And for what it's worth, they succeeded. They took over the Earth, but
But they some bitches.
And who knows what happens now that they're out in the open?
Yeah, we should probably ask Carpenter one day. If I find him on Xbox Live, I'll ask him.
Be like, hey man, so what would have happened, man?
He's probably gonna cuss me out.
He's like, you fucking idiot. Who the fuck cares, man? You're fucking ruining my gaming session.
Ruining my gaming session.
Blocked.
Exactly. Kicked out of the party.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, guys, that was They Live, and that was another rousing episode of Cinema Villains. Thank you once again for being a part and putting us in your ear holes and being a part of your daily lives.
Yes, we appreciate each and every one of you.
We love
listening.
you all. Thank you for listening so hard every week.
5-star reviews on iTunes. Please help us get out there in the world some more.
Share us with your friends, families, babies, puppies, kitties, hedgehogs.
Obey. No, it doesn't work. It's not. I don't have a subliminal obey to throw in there. Smoke weed every day.
No. No, I was thinking of like the Family Guy episode where a dude was saying like, smoke.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself here, but whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Other than that, guys, good night. We love you.
Oh, wait, before we go, Twitter,
Instagram, cinema_villains, all that good shit. All that shit. Let's get out of here.
We're out. Peace.
Laters. Bye.